Hi, welcome to SFG Cards and Craft. Today I want to show you how I did one of these cards. I've actually got four there. These are done three different ways, but what I'll be concentrating on will be the blue and the purple ones, the ones at the bottom there. This is using the Mama Elephant Butterfly Kisses, and also there's the stamp set there, the Mama Elephant Butterfly Kisses. I've used the mask as well. And also the other stamp set that I use just the sentiment from is You Colour My World, the Lawn Fawn. That one there, the little one there, just the sentiment I use. Okay, they're showing the panel. I've already stamped the panel. The ink that I've actually used is the Lawn Fawn Manatee, the grey ink. And I've also used, for the embossing, I've used the VersaMark clear ink and the silver embossing powder, Ranger Superfine embossing powder, and the colour light blue, Ranger light blue for the word colour. Okay, just dampening. I'll speed through this quite fast. I actually do two cards on this one, but I only show the colour of the flower being painted on the second one, not the leaves, because the leaves are the same basically on both flowers. This is coming in with the for the blue flower, Broken China, and then I shade with the Salty Ocean on this one. This is the second time I've actually done a recording for this flower set. The very first card that I ever put up onto my YouTube channel of SFG Cards and Craft, that is, I have got other channels, is actually this same stamp set using this Mama Elephant Butterfly Kisses. I absolutely love this stamp set, and I had this idea of when I got I've only had this the little stamp set of You Colour My World for a very short time, the Lawn Fawn stamp set. So I decided as soon as I got it, I thought, oh, that's a great little font in there, and I've got to do something with that. So I came up with this idea. I don't have very many flowers dies, which I'm going to have to remedy that, but this one is such a pretty flower, you can do so much with it. At the moment I'm just coming in, I've done like a undercoat of just a flat coat of the Broken China all over the flower, and now I'm just coming in with Salty Ocean with a side load on the angle brush, doing a bit of shading where it's required, sort of around the outside, just to sort of give it a bit of depth, and under those creases that are on the flowers as well, I'm doing it under there as well. At the end also, at the moment I don't have the die for this, so I'm having to fussy cut these. I've actually got it, I found a place that has it in Australia at the moment. She says she's got one in stock, so I've just asked her if she can hold on to it for me until I can put an order together for next week, and then I'll order it in. So hopefully after this I'll actually be able to use the die. Although sometimes the dies, because they actually put that white border around, sometimes it looks better if you don't have that white border. It reminds me too much of the pieces of paper that you actually buy that are pre-cut and they're shiny, and they really don't look nice when you try and put them on a card. I mean, die cuts that you've actually painted yourself and cut out, they do look quite nice, but with the white border on it, I prefer sometimes just fussy cutting it without the white border. Anyway, almost finished the flower part now. I do come in later on and I put into the center of the flowers where it's got those little stamen, I actually put on the end of those just a little bit of orange Wink of Stella. I have a Wink of Stella orange pen, so I use that and just put a little dot of the Wink of Stella on that, just to add a little bit of glitter. Okay, that's the flowers done, and now I'm coming in with the greens. The greens that I'm using is Shabby Shutters, which is the lightest green, Mowed Lawn and Forest Moss, there they are there, and I use a little bit of picked raspberry. You'll see that later on as well. Doing this pretty much the same way as I did the first card that I actually did, but the whole card layout and everything is quite different. So just dampening the leaves again. I've got a fur on probably my cat's hair. I've got a couple of cats, and that's probably the hair off one of the cats, probably the old guy. He's about 10 years old now. and he's got a long coat on him, and it gets everywhere. And the other one's pure black, so I can tell the difference whether it's her hair or not. Okay, doing the moss, sorry, not, this is mowed lawn now, sorry, not forest moss, mowed lawn, just covering most of the shabby shutters with the forest moss. Now coming in with the forest moss now, sorry, coming with forest moss, just more or less down the middle line. It will spread a little bit because the paper is still quite moist. And I'm going over the edge there a little bit. It doesn't matter because I'm cutting right against the line anyway when I cut it out. And coming in on the edge there where it appears that the edge of the leaf has been chewed on, with a mix of mowed lawn and picked raspberry. Just all I've done on this one, I haven't pre-mixed it on the palette. All I've done is dipped the brush into the mowed lawn and then tipped it into the picked raspberry, and it's come up with that colour you see there. And repeating it for the other leaves now, the same thing for the other leaves. I think I've sped it up a little bit more here so it's not quite so long-winded in doing it. Might just sit back and listen to a bit of music now while it's been done. Thank you. Okay, here I am back again, sorry about that. This is the panel that I've done. I've done the one for the purple flower, I've done with purple colour on there, the wood colour. The Butterfly Kisses stamp set is actually stamped on there, and the butterflies, there's 5 butterflies, just using the Lawn Fawn Manatee ink. It's the lightest grey one that I actually have. The only other grey one I have is the one Lawn Fawn Hippo. So I used the Manatee. I just wanted something that was going to be very light. Now I'm actually just doing underneath where the coloured cutout that I'm actually going to be sticking on top. This will be covered, but I just wanted to do it just so that it would look nice for the video. If I was doing mass production of these, I wouldn't probably worry about doing any colouring underneath. Although if it's sticking up a little bit higher, it might actually be seen underneath, so it's probably a good idea to actually colour it anyway, even though it's very small amount, very subtle amount. The idea of this was, as you can probably see, was to only have the one flower in colour and the rest of it in black and white, or grey and white in this case, grayscale, and everything else is grey except for the word colour. Or the butterflies actually come in with the Wink of Stella silver and do the colour on those later on as well. So there's what the panel looks like, and I do the same with the purple one. Oh, didn't even show that. And there it is. I fussy cut it and stuck it down with a tape that's like about 0.8 millimeters. This one, I made a mistake with this one. I actually decided that I'd do something a bit different, and I actually cut the flower out, which I made a mess of cutting it, while it actually had fun foam stuck on the back of it. So I was actually cutting through a thick fun foam as well as the cardboard or the cardstock. But anyway, it ended up looking not too bad. And there's the silver Wink of Stella that I'm going to use on all the butterflies. I only show you 1 or 2 being done here, and then I sped it up so it's not too long. Back to the music again. There's the finished purple one. That was using shaded lilac for the light colour and wilted violet for the for the shading. And I think it's a really the video doesn't do it justice. It's really quite pretty. And there's the 4 cards. The orange one was actually not a cutout; it was just painted straight onto the panel. The pink one, I think I actually cut. That was a cutout. But you'll notice also that the orange one has the colour written in rainbow sort of effect. I've used the 7 colours for the rainbow in there, but I thought that was just too difficult to do, so I've decided not to do that. I like the cutout ones better, the pink, the blue, the purple. So yeah, well, so if you like that, please subscribe and click the tick the like box if you did. Thank you. Bye bye.